Zola was a handsome young man with bright eyes and a warm smile. One day, while traveling through the dense forest, he stumbled upon a hidden path that led to a mysterious village. Zola walked into the village of Lewetu, which was unlike any other place he had ever seen. The village was filled with women, all through, dressed in beautiful traditional clothing, going about their daily lives. The women of Lewetu were shocked to see Zola. They have never seen a man in their village before. They gathered around him, admiring his handsome looks and whispering. A kind and wise woman named Zaza approached Zola and welcomed him to their village. She explained that Lewetu was a place where only women lived, and his presence was a surprise to them all. As Zola walked through the village, the women couldn't take their eyes off him. They admired his strong build, his kind eyes, and his friendly smile. They started to compete for his attention. Tandy, a spirited and competitive woman, was determined to win Zola's heart. She decided to show him around the village and impress him with her skills and knowledge. She said, "I'm going to impress this man, and I must have him to myself. I alone. No one else can have this man." Another beautiful lady called Amina, a gentle and caring woman, also fell for Zola. She decided to make him feel at home by cooking him a delicious traditional meal and telling him stories about their village. She also said to herself, "I'm going to cook delicious meal. After all, I'm very good in cooking. I'm the best cook in the whole of Lewetu village. If Zola tastes my food, he would just fall for me instantly." The women of Zewetu started to compete for Zola's affection. Women started to fight each other at every given opportunity because they all seemed to be in love with Zola. Everybody wants Zola. Who will now win Zola's heart? It became a center of conflict in the village of Lewetu among all the women. Chief Lindiwe, the leader of Lewetu, noticed the growing tension among the women. She decided to call a meeting to discuss how to handle the situation and ensure that peace was maintained. But I don't think these women are actually ready to maintain peace. She said to him, "Young man, ever since you got into my village, you have been the reason why my subjects are fighting each other." And he explained, "My chief, I am sorry if I am the reason why there is conflict in the village, but I don't know what to do." Chief Lindiwe suggested that Zola spend time with each woman to get to know them better. This way, he could make a fair decision about who he wanted to be with. Zola agreed to Chief Lindiwe's suggestion. He started spending time with each woman. He found himself growing fond of many of them. Is Zola confused? How can he be growing fond of all of them? Could he be in love with all of them? Dear viewers, is it possible to be in love with so many people at a time? What is Zola's plan? Let's find out. Now, Tandy, the competitive woman, decided to impress Zola by inviting him to her house. Actually, Tandy is the daughter of the greatest spiritualist in Lewetu. Her mother was a very strong spiritualist. So, Tandy decided to apply her mother's magical potion on Zola with the intention that once Zola arrives and sights her, he will instantly fall in love with her. And so, she hoped that her efforts would make her stand out and win his heart. Unfortunately, Tandy's plan failed. Because in the kingdom of Lewetu, whatever you use magical potions to get will never work. The next day, Amina, who was a very good cook, spent some time with Zola. She also served Zola a very delicious meal. Remember the saying that says, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Let's see what happens in this story, dear viewers. Zola found himself in a difficult situation. He cared for many of the women and didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. He started to feel the weight of his decision. One day, Zola received a surprise visit from his friend Kosi. Kosi has been searching for Zola all this while and found himself in the mysterious village of Lewetu. And he was relieved to have found Zola, his friend. Zola introduced Kosi to the women. Kosi gave Zola some advice. He told Zola to listen carefully to his heart and choose the woman who made him happiest the most. Zola appreciated Kosi's wisdom and support. He knew it was time to make his final decision. Zola decided to have a heartfelt talk with Chief Lindiwe. He explained his feelings and asked for her guidance. Chief Lindiwe listened carefully and gave him her blessing. Then, Zola gathered the women of Lewetu and made his announcements. He thanked them all for their kindness and explained that he had made his decision based on who he felt the strongest connection with. Tandy was disappointed, but tried to hide her feelings. She congratulated Zola and wished him happiness. She knew she had given her best efforts. Zola has actually chosen Amina. Amina was overjoyed when Zola chose her. She couldn't believe that Zola had chosen her out of all the women in the village. She felt incredibly lucky and grateful. The village of Lewetu celebrated Zola and Amina's union with a grand feast. There was music, dancing, and laughter as the villagers came together to celebrate. Zola and Amina started their new life together in Lewetu. They built a home and looked forward to their future together. The village welcomed Zola as one of their own. And Zola also took Amina to meet his people. The women of Lewetu learned a valuable lesson about love and competition. They realized that true love cannot be forced, and that kindness and respect were more important than winning. Thank you so much for watching my story. I hope you were entertained and you learned a thing or two. My name is Onyi of Onyi Stories and Folktales, and please, if you haven't subscribed, kindly support my channel, be a part of my growth. Click on the subscribe button so when I post more interesting stories, you will be the first to get them. I do not take your support for granted. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.